this way. Okay. So as I've mentioned to you, I have 3 times, Charlie, to change my one-loss record prediction for the Bears. It's when the schedule first came out, first blush with the pen, win-loss, that's a win, that's a loss, that's a win, that's a loss. You go right through it, right? The second time is when training camp ends. And the third time for me is right before the season starts, like that my official number. I said at the time when the schedule came out that the Bears felt like 7 wins to me. It felt like 7. I think that the total win is 7.5. I believe that's the number, correct?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's 7.5. But we also know that things could go awry. It could be injuries. It could be issues. Who knows, right? It's the NFL, because you never know. So I think that we have to brace ourselves for the inevitability that there could be excuses for Matt Eberflus in case the team doesn't go exactly the way we think it will, going from 3 wins to whatever. But we have to have the excuses ready just in case, Charlie. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm curious what if you're buying these excuses or if you're just saying nope, not good enough from Matt Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're 5-12, 6-11, that means they're underperforming from your expectations. So let's just start with this one.
All right.
If it turns out that Justin Fields just wasn't the guy, if that's Eberflus's PR spin, and if they decide, hey, if you get us a real quarterback in this building, then you'll see what we can do. You buy that?
if they get a real quarterback in here, we can see what they can do. That's
if there's a big like Wickersham piece that comes out about this, and Eberflus like just lost connection with Fields 3 weeks into the season or something like that.
Okay. Will I buy that excuse? I will not buy that excuse, and the reason why was what does this defensive coordinator know about offense? That's still how I feel today, and I might feel that way at the end of the season. That like I can see it now. If the Bears do falter early, like you said, like first 5-6 games, there's a disconnect between Fields and Eberflus. Oh my, what's going to happen here? And Eberflus kind of like Nagy, right? The same way, like I need a quarterback to help me. So no, I'm not buying that excuse. So no, that's an X for that. Jay Moore, I would you agree with that? Like, there's no way I'm buying that. Yes. So that's doesn't work for me.
I agree.
Brother, that doesn't work for me.
Give me something else.
Yeah. Give me another excuse.
All right. Let's say, you know what? Justin Fields, he looked like the guy heading into week 6 when we were 4-2, but then he got injured and he was often injured throughout the season and completely derailed the season. Are you willing to accept that as an excuse if that's where to happen?
Oh, that he gets hurt.
Yeah. God forbid he gets hurt halfway through the season or something like that, and the season just kind of falls apart from there after he looked good for most of the beginning.
You're a bad guy. If he's hurt, okay. Well, if he's hurt, yeah, I can buy that as not just an excuse, but a reason, right? If he gets hurt, absolutely, I can buy that. The Bears did not reach their goals. I can see myself saying this now to Cap. The Bears did not reach their goals because they had to finish the season with PJ Walker or Nathan Peterman. Where are you going with those two guys? Fields is the guy. So yeah, I could say yes. An excuse for Eberflus, I say yes to that.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
Next.
All right. Now let's say, they weren't resulting in wins, but hey, we were 2-7 in 1-score games. That stat usually comes back to earth the next year. You would think next year that 2-7 record will likely flip on its head or get closer to 500.
Okay. Didn't we just go through some of that this past season with the close games?
Exactly.
And so you're going to go through this again where, the close
It's
loss.
a coach's favorite stat when they lose.
Oh, no, okay now. All right. You've done that once in a season in which you were tanking. Because people like to, some ardent Bears fans like to point to some of those close losses, right? The Atlanta loss, the Detroit loss, the Miami loss, the Philadelphia loss in December 18th. It's like, we were within a touchdown. We were right there. The New York, the Giant loss. We are there. No. If you do that again, fully stocked with players, like an extra tight end, and you got DJ Moore, and you're supposed to have an improved offensive line, nah, brah, nah. Now, you've gone through that 1 year. I can't do that 2 years in a row. We were right on the doorstep. Screw that. No. So no excuse. Jay Moore, do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
No,
you can't run it back, man. You can't run that excuse back.
We've been through that already.
We've been through that, been there, done that. Yeah.
Hey, some Bears fans will hang their head on that. Just like, hey, I feel like they were close. We didn't have talent, but we were close in some of those games. Yeah, were you close in the Dallas game? Were you close there? Yeah, were you close in some of these other games? The Buffalo game? The Detroit game on January 1st, were you close there? No, you were not.
My whole thing with this stat is like, yeah, it's the NFL. Games are going to be close. There's not going to be a ton of blowouts every week.
That's true. But no, I will not say, because you're right. That is what the calling card of some coaches, like, if it wasn't for this, like Wanstead was always with that one. If it wasn't for the fumble, if it wasn't for that touchdown, we were right there. You were not right there because you lost the game. You were not there. All right, give me another possible Eberflus excuse if the Bears flop.
All right, if he insinuates that they never got an edge rusher, and because of that, they couldn't get to the quarterback off the edge, I never got the keys that I needed to fully run this defense. Get me an edge rusher, and we'll be back even better next year.
It is. That's worthy. I think that's good. I think that is true. However, Poles will beat his ass for saying that out loud.
And so will Alan Williams.
And Alan Williams, Brother Williams also will not be happy with that. Absolutely not. So, yeah, I mean, that is true, right? Because that's one of my biggest things, Charlie, is like everyone's so enamored with the offense. Oh, now they got DJ Moore and they're going to be so much better. Yeah, who are you stopping? I still need to know that. So it is a reason. It is a valid excuse. But imagine Eberflus saying that out loud, right? All right, can you give me one more?
All right, now we're talking about Alan Williams. How about this for a bus toss?
Okay.
Hand up, this one, I messed up. I made a bad hire with Alan Williams as my defensive coordinator. Once I get someone in the building who can properly execute my defense, things will turn around.
Damn. Okay, let me tell you what that looks like, right? So it's Kevin Warren, it's Ryan Poles, and they're surrounding Eberflus. and with a locked door, right? Lights are out.
It was him.
Yeah. All of a sudden, like Eberflus, hey, come on in, coach. Yeah, could you sit down for a second? Okay. And all of a sudden, the lights go out. And they go, what'd you say? What'd you say about Alan Williams? And all of a sudden now, they're just throwing bows. They're going after Eberflus for
Get
what
a
he
phone
did.
book. It doesn't leave bruises.
That's what happened. The lights go out and they start going after Eberflus. I think that's what happens. And so, like, yeah, what'd you say about Brother Williams? What'd you say? And McCaskey also will be there. That's right, brother. That's right. He'll be right there as well. Like,
Listen to the brother.
yeah, go get him. Go get him. For diversity. Beat his ass on the name of diversity. like they'll be going after Eberflus. I'm just telling you that's what would happen. So, yeah, you know what? You could say that. You could say, you know what? I have my defense in place, and Allen didn't really run what I want to run. So, yeah, you can have it as an excuse. But, again, there's circumstances. Things could happen. So, yeah, I think it's a bus toss, but I get it. Because you're trying to save your ass at that point, right?
Exactly.
So
It's like
totally
catch me if you can. I'm the mouse.
I like the idea of the lights being out. It's like, come on in, Matt. Come on in, brother. Yeah. So what'd you say about Alan Williams? All of a sudden, man. Yeah, exactly. And McCaskey's all for it. I'm a witness. I saw it. It's all good.
She'd be like, hold your face up here.
Don't you say that about Alan Williams. But it is an excuse. It's a reason if the defense does not falter. Like, hey, Alan, at some point, is this on you? So it's a good question. All right, coming up.